Hello everybody, Dave from Area Arachnids back again. We have a new addition to the collection. This was the last tarantula that my brother had. This is a female Brachypelma auratum. We're going to rehouse her. She is in a pretty big enclosure. Chris, my brother, likes to have nice displays, likes to see his animals quite a bit, so it's a little overkill for her. We're going to move her down to something much smaller. And then we'll use this enclosure for something else in the future. If I can talk my significant other or my wife into having like a nice cola brood or a corn or king or something snake in this enclosure, that would be this would be a perfect enclosure for one of those. So I don't know, we'll have to work on her a little bit. But anyway, we're going to move her, and I'm going to scale back so you can see exactly how big this enclosure is. As you can see, she's dwarfed in here. Not that big enclosures are bad, but I don't really have the room for this enclosure for the tarantulas right now. So, excuse me, we're going to move her. So let me get her out of there, and then I will show you what we're going to put her in. Okay, so these are the simple shoebox Sterilite containers. These are the purple ones. I believe these are the ones that I get from Target. I think Tom Moran uses quite a few of these as well. They're great enclosures. I think they're perfect for juvenile terrestrial spiders, even some juvenile fossorial species. There's enough room in there. You could put enough substrate that they could dig tunnels if they are fossorial. I don't have any fossorial species in any of them right now. I do plan on trying one of the Pteranachilus in one of these to see how it works out. So they need to get just a little bit bigger before I put them into something this size. So they're, I think, 11 inches long. I don't know, what are they, roughly 5-6 inches high, 4 inches, 4.5 inches, 5 inches high. She's not dug, at least that's what he said so far. There's no been any burrowing. Most of my Brachypelmas do not burrow. So we're going to just leave the hide in there. There's a water dish in the side. We're just going to leave it basic. And because I'm running out of leaves, and I like the leaves more for my Asian species than I do for, you know, my I guess you call grassland species. So we do have a few plants that were in her enclosure that we're going to pop in here, and then I'm going to get her in, and then we'll take a look again. Guys, so we added the two plants, just kind of randomly put them wherever I felt like putting them. We got the water dish filled with water. The tarantula, she is in there. What I noticed the other day, let me see if I can steady you guys here and just put this right like that. How's that? Now you can see her bald butt in there. What I noticed the other day when I fed her, which was yesterday, because I brought her home yesterday, is that she was kind of thin, so she needs some feeding. She needs a little bit of TLC in the feeding department, so we're going to get her fed up. I'll probably try feeding her again here in a minute, and we'll try and capture that on film too. She must have lost her right front pedipalp, or if you're looking at her head on, it would be her left front pedipalp. I guess so that's what it would be. It'd be your L pedipalp. And in the last molt, she must have grew it back because it's much smaller, and it looks kind of, you know, when you see a tarantula lose their leg and they grow it back, it's much smaller, skinnier, and hairless. It takes a couple molts for larger tarantulas to get to the point where they look normal again. Slings usually, you know, within 1 molt to 2 molts, you'll get back to that fuzzy looking leg that looks pretty much normal. I mean, I've had a couple slings that have lost legs, and the next molt you wouldn't even notice it at all. But with this girl here, if she does come out, back out, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But what I'm going to do right now is going to get a super worm for her, and we'll put it in and see if she'll come out and eat. Like I said, yesterday she ate 2. So, well, here she comes. We'll give her another one just to see. I prefer that she keeps eating over the course of the next week or two. Probably try to feed her every 2 to 3 days. A super worm or a roach, whatever I feel like that day, just to get her a little bit plumped up. So let me pause it and get that mealworm. Okay, so right there you can see the difference in her pedipalps. That's a nice picture. Let's take a picture. So we'll get a super worm here and see if she wants it. Yep, definitely. Oh, maybe. She kind of grabbed it, but then kind of let it go. See what she does with it. Trying to decide where she wants to put those fangs in. Going right for the head. Pretty strategic. Trying to adjust the camera here for you. So yeah, that's about it. So I think our next video is going to be kind of interesting because it's going to be a little bit different. We're getting in some. I did get in a set of. I honestly don't remember. It's the. I can't remember the scientific name of these isopods, but the powder orange isopods. We're getting in some dairy cow isopods and some zebra isopods from one of our admin team, the Plessy exotics. So those are coming in this week. I also have a possible mystery box coming in from Tom Patterson. I have no idea what's going to be in it. And also another one of our admins on the tarantula community, or moderators, Chris Hinshaw, is sending me a dozen Black Widow, the L. Macton's little slings. I think L2 or L3s. So I'm kind of excited about that. I've always wanted to keep some, and you know, up here in Erie, Pennsylvania, we don't have that opportunity, so I have to go otherwards. And he's got them right in his backyard, so he bred a couple, and what he usually does is he'll give them away to people that want them, and then release the other ones back in the wild that are left over. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. I do want to try and get a couple more different species of isopods, like the again, I don't know the scientific names of them right now because I'm not dealing with them on a daily basis. They will all be written down and labeled on their enclosures once they get here and once they're set up. I think I'm going to use the breeder boxes that my brother gave me for the isopods. He has a couple more of the square type breeder boxes. I think those will be perfect for them, for a small colony to start, and then we'll expand on them as we go. Like the clown isopods, and then eventually I'd like to try to get into the I want to say it's the Calipris genus or genus. It's genus. I always say genus, but that's not the correct pronunciation. It's genus. So I do say a lot of things wrong. I mean, I think I'm saying them right, but you know, that doesn't mean that they are being said wrong. I've heard so many different pronunciations for like Pteranochelys or Chelobrachys, Brachypelma. They're just the way different people pronounce the different consonant combinations in our English or Latin English translational language barriers that we have. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that stuff. I possibly am having another mystery box sent from another vendor. I think once things dies down, I think he's waiting to get some stuff in, which would be KF invertebrates. He did a mystery box opening with Brandy TV, Brandy Fernandez, and her husband. So he wants to send something out here so that we can preview, you know, his packing and how everything goes with him. So, you know, over the next couple of weeks, we might get a bunch of stuff in here. I really probably don't need more stuff here, but I am going to look at scaling back, really trying to decide what I want to do here. It's so hard to look at tarantulas and say, okay, I can get rid of all my Lasiadoras, or I could get rid of all my Acanthoscurias. It's just, you know, it's just too hard to make that segregation. And if you're going to create room, you want to get rid of bigger spiders than you do smaller spiders, and that's kind of difficult for me to do because I've raised most of these from small slings, and it's hard to just, you know, sit back and say, okay, well, you can go, and you can go, and you can go. It just doesn't, it's not easy for me to do. So yeah, we do have a little bit more room now, so we can move things around. We're going to move the geckos out of the aquarium enclosures of the leopard geckos into sterilite bins. I think it for them, I think it's going to be they'll be better off. They'll have the paper towels underneath them or tile. We'll keep the two together that have been together since they've been here, and then the other one separated for right now. I'm looking to send that one off to a friend sometime, I don't know, maybe next month. And that'll alleviate some room because those aquariums take up a lot of room, and they're hard to stack because everything's top ventilated. So you got to make sure you keep ventilation for those animals. And I think it'll keep the water in the dishes longer because I'm going through water like crazy with those geckos because it evaporates so much. So that's what's going on here this week. Today's a big day for us. My son Alex, he'll be 22 this year. He's graduating from Pitt Bradford today virtually. So with a criminal justice degree. So we're really, really excited about that today. And whenever the police academy starts to open back up here and things start to alleviate, he'll be off to the police academy, and then we'll see what happens from there. So thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to go and check out the tarantula community group. Check out all the channels. Watch some people, give some people some views and some likes and some subscriptions. Again, my videos go out and it's like 60% to 70% of the people that watch them aren't even subscribed to the channel. I mean, if you're watching the videos, it would really help if you subscribe. At least it would help me. And, all the other people too. It doesn't take much to just hit the subscribe button. And even if you only watch a video or two, in the end, it comes down to views. But the more people that you have subscribed to your channel, the better off you're going to have to increase those views. So now go check out Tom Moran. Go have fun with some of the other tarantula YouTubers. Watch some fun videos. Enjoy yourself. Kill some time. Be safe. Please stay at home as much as you possibly can. And thanks to all our frontline workers, our doctors, our nurses, our food delivery people, our restaurant employees, the people working in the department stores that sell food like Walmart, Kroger's, places like that. I know it's not easy, and I know that some people could probably be making more money being home, but I really hope that this virus is nicked in the bud here soon so that the world can get back to normal, or at least as normal as we possibly can. And have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see everybody next week with a new video, with the new stuff that's coming in, and happy keeping.